everybody! Today's Fierce Friday. I know prom's coming up for a whole bunch of you. My sister, everyone has prom coming up. So I figured I would do something that is definitely considered a go-to prom look, and that's like a smoky eye. Now I know I've done about a billion smoky eyes in the past, but this video at least, is a little bit different. I'm going to tell you right now what I used so that you can, if you want, go get products that are similar. That doesn't mean it has to be the same color, but kind of the same texture and color scheme, like gradient, not color scheme. Does that make sense? I hope so. So the first color that I used, first of all of these are matte except for one. And the reason for that is that I feel like a matte smoky eye is very classy. If you have too much shimmer going on, it's just going to be a mess, and you can't take away shimmer. You can always add shimmer to matte like I did. This is the look that I'm going to do today. Again, like I said, you can do whatever colors you like, but you can see there's a little bit of shimmer, and that's because of the last eyeshadow that I added. So the first color is just a light brownish gray, slate gray kind of color. Now you can tell this look, you can't, like, that color is not even really represented. It is a little bit, but I like starting out with a really light color. So like if you're doing a purple or blue or something like that, get a lighter blue to start out with. Not like sky blue, but just a lighter dark blue. Second color is definitely darker. So you can see right there, a lot darker than this one. And that color is going on the outer corners and stuff. The last color is pitch black. So you want to get the darkest, however dark you want this look to be. Of course, you can tell that my eyes look a lot lighter than that, and that is because of the other tool that we're going to use. But that's the darkest. So like a light, medium, and a dark for this. And then of course in a highlight color. This is what I use for my highlight color. And then the tools you need are a good blending brush. This is Max 224. Love it. A paddle brush. So really anything. A regular eyeshadow brush is what I'm talking about. So like this is a Japanesque one. This one is actually from Michael's and would work perfectly. Anything that, do you know what I mean? So that would be good. And then I like to use a highlighting brush. And what I like for this, if you've watched my videos for a while, you know what I'm going to say, a magic brush. 227, looks like this. But if you don't have that brush, just use a concealer brush or some thicker brush, or stiffer brush. So you can see like this brush is much stiffer than, say, like the eyeshadow brush. It's a lot flimsier. It's not going to pack color on as well. And then just any other additives you want to add, like I added this to give it a little bit of shimmer in the center. And then that's basically it. So, and of course like a nude-ish lip. Not jizz lips, this is a nude-ish lip. It's not white. White is gross. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. I really wanted to do something, the prom-ish kind of look, that is really easy and that you can do with any color you want, which you can do with any of my videos. You can change the colors around, but I hope that this is a little bit more explanatory, explaining it a little bit better. So I hope you like the video. First things first, as always, is to just apply your favorite eyeshadow base. I like Too Faced Shadow Insurance, but you can also just use a concealer and just set it with some translucent powder too if you don't have an eyeshadow base. Just something to get all the oils off your eyes so that it's nice and smooth and ready for shadow. Now the first thing you want to do is to apply the lightest color of whatever shade you're going for. I'm going to use this one. This is called Copper Plate by MAC. It's one of the matte squared colors, so it's super smooth. I'm just going to get that on my brush, tap away the extra so it doesn't end all over my face, and pat it onto my lid. And this is going to kind of just to create the shape that I'm going for. So I don't want this to go very high up. I kind of just want it a little bit above the crease. So kind of if I blend it into the crease, you can see it just goes a little bit above without having to like create this crazy shape, because I do want it to be just a tiny bit. Then the next color is Print. Now you can see this is quite a bit darker, but it's still kind of that gray. This is more like of a slate gray. This is a much darker grayish black color. So I'm going to take the same brush, get it on there, tap away the extra, and I'm going to concentrate this more in the outer lid area. I'm kind of just patting it on, And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm also going to apply a little bit more color, but a blending brush for this is really important because you want it to look seamless. So I'm just going to blend that color in with Copper Plate, that first color I used. Blend the edges so that it looks nice and blended and not patchy and gross. Now if this is dark enough for you, then that's good. That's why I really like to start with the lighter colors and kind of work my way to getting it darker, because if you start with a dark color, you can't really go back. It's easier to add than it is to take away. So this isn't really dark enough for me, so I'm going to use the next color, which is Carbon, which is flat black. Now, if you have, MAC has another color from MAC Square called Typographic, which is black, but it's a little bit more smoky, kind of a charcoal. That's easier to blend with, and again, if you wanted a lighter color that's not necessarily as dark as you possibly can go for it. But I'm going to use this because it's what I have. I'm going to get out my blending brush, tap away the extra, and that'll make sure that it's really light. Well, not really light, but it won't be patchy, it'll blend nicely. And very, very lightly, I'm working this into outer 2/3 of the crease and into the outer corner where print is. And so now what I'm going to do, just because this isn't really, it doesn't look good enough to me. So I'm going to take that first color I used, which is Copper Plate, on that first brush, and I'm just kind of going to repack it onto the lid. And so you can see that really helps to just create more of a seamless look. Next, I'm just going to do a little bit for the highlight, and this will also help to make this more blended out because it's kind of rough right now. So I'm going to use Blanc Type. So if you just have a matte eyeshadow that is a little bit lighter than your skin tone, or if all else, just a matte powder that you use for like your face, pack this on. Any stiff brush will work. This is MAC's 227, but if you used like a wider concealer brush that's just stiff, that helps too. So I'm just going to work this in and kind of help to shape it. And this will also just make it blend out really nicely. That blended a little bit too much, so I'm just going to a little bit more Carbon. Alright, so you could stop there if you want, but just because I want this to have a little bit of shimmer, I don't want shimmer overload, and again, this is why I like using mattes for this type of thing, because you can always add shimmer, but you can't really take shimmer away. So I'm going to take this color, it's called Electra by MAC. It's a very shimmery, bright silver. And I'm just going to take a little bit on a brush, and I'm just going to press it into the middle of my lid. This also helps to kind of create a three-dimensional effect. So I'm not doing it through the whole thing, just in the middle, kind of work it up, blend it so it looks even and doesn't look like just this random spot of glitter. So do you see what I mean? It kind of just adds a little bit so that it's not completely flat, but if you want completely flat, go for it. The next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of smokiness underneath the eyes. I'm going to use this color, it's called Rave. It's actually a purple. And this is just, so it's a little tiny bit of color. It's really not that noticeable, but it is something. Just so it's not completely black. Blend it with my finger. Then I've told you guys this trick before, but I'll tell you again. This isn't really even. I want it to look a lot more even. So I'm just going to take my powder and just go around the edge. You see how much nicer that looks? More blended out. I'm gonna add a little bit of an inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna blend two things. I'm gonna use Shroom from MAC. Looks like this. And then I'm going to add a white. I'm gonna use the Sugar Pill white. It's just a matte white. And place that right in the inner corner. Open up the eyes. So now that's basically all I'm gonna do for eyeshadow. And so next, what I'm going to do for my personal look, you could do whatever you want. Like I said, this is just a guideline. I'm going to add a little bit of a black liquid eyeliner. This is the Kat Von D. And then I'm going to add a glitter eyeliner. Just because why not, I guess. I like the way it looks. It's sparkly, it's eye-catching. The one I'm going to use is actually the best one I've ever found. This one's by Eyeshadow, and it is called just Eyeshadow Glitter Liquid Eyeliner. The reason I like it is because, I mean, look, it's very thick. The glitter is consistent. With a lot of glitter eyeliners, like the Urban Decay ones, for example, you get like 5 pieces of glitter in like a whole streak, and it's lame. So this one I really like. I'm just going to take that and put it right on top of the black. And the reason I did the black first was because I wanted the glitter to show up a lot crisper. If I just did it on top of the other part, it would still show up, but it wouldn't be as vibrant. The last video I uploaded about false lashes and how I say to bend your mirror so that you're looking into it. This also helps with putting on eyeliner, I think. Then it kind of causes your lashes to move away just a little bit easier. And so now I'm just going to apply a black eyeliner. I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 onto my waterline, and then I'm going to curl my lashes and put on mascara. So I'm going to do my cheeks now. I'm going to use a bronzer to put into the hollows of my cheeks and under my jaw and kind of around my forehead so I don't look too pale. I'm going to use this blush, Mocha, from MAC. Just apply it on my cheeks. Smile if you need to. And then apply a highlight color. You can use eyeshadows. If you have like an eyeshadow that you really like the way the shimmer looks, try it out on your cheeks, see if it works. I'm going to use my go-to Terra del Sol. Someone thought I said in my last video pterodactyl. I wish this was called pterodactyl, although it doesn't look like a pterodactyl. Maybe MAC should come out with like a dinosaur collection. Okay, so now for lips, I'm just going to do the standard go-to smoky combination of a nude lip. Now for this, I don't want to go too nude because that just looks gross. You know, jizz lips? No, don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't. This is a NYX pumpkin pie. Looks like this. So it's a little bit of an orangey color. So it still works. And then I'm going to add this mud color. This is a mud lip gloss. The color is in Bear. Perfect. And then because I can, I'm just going to add a little bit of the Stila lip glaze because it has a little bit of color. This is Marmalade. A little bit of shimmer. And then that's it for this basic smoky eye look. I hope this helped some of you. Again, this was really me trying to teach more than to do a tutorial, I guess, but that's what a tutorial is. I don't know. I hope you got something from it. Bye.